Hello, I'm Bette Hyde, and I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about early learning guidelines. As most of you know, we've had in our state since 2005 benchmarks, which are ideas about what children learn at different ages of development. Well, for the past year, a group of very good working people have been meeting together to review those benchmarks and to come up with a different product, which we're intentionally calling guidelines. I can think of nothing that is more important, really, in an early learning system than to have an agreed upon set of outcomes for children that we all support. In that way, families, providers, teachers, policymakers can link arms and work together to make sure all children enter school healthy, capable, and confident. These guidelines will be out on our website at www.wa.del.gov beginning September 12th. We want your ideas, your advice. How do these guidelines sound to you? What have we eliminated? What should we include? What should not be there? We are really, really wanting your input. They will be on the website until the end of October, so that should give you plenty of time to look over them, think about them, and please get back to us. The reason we're doing this are several. They were, as I said, benchmarks were developed in 2005, and people always intended to review them every 5 years, but didn't get around to it. You'll find that in the guidelines now, we intentionally will have a tear-out sheet and a process where you can talk to us over the years about what's working, what's not. So we want them to be a living document that always changes. A second reason, of course, is all the incredibly exciting stuff we know about how kids learn that we didn't know back in 2005. The fact that this early childhood is the time to really invest in children so they get that great start they need for learning and for life. A third reason is that we had our benchmarks went from birth through entry to kindergarten. But our early learning plan, which many of you were part of helping us create, go from actually prenatal through grade 3. So of course the outcomes, the guidelines we want for children need to be extended. We have had great partnership with OSPI as well as Thrive by 5 in this work, and are very excited about saying to our early learning providers, here are some ways you can teach to young children science, math, and literacy in developmentally appropriate ways. And our partners in the primary grades, our K through 3 teachers, here's some ways we want you to deal with the whole child in terms of health development, in terms of interpersonal development, in addition to the development of different academic content. A fourth reason, and a very important reason, is the state of Washington, like our entire country, is becoming more and more diverse. We want to make sure that these guidelines speak to all the children out there, all the communities out there. These are our guidelines for the state of Washington, and we want them to include all of our children and our families. So please, take some time to look over them, give us your best thinking and advice, and I promise we will surely consider everything we get. Thanks in advance.